What is up? This is Julian, aka Delaluz, and today I want to talk about following inspiration and looking at how your attention moves while you work on your creative projects. As always, I want to invite you to work on some creative project while you listen, though it's going to be a little hard to implement what I'm talking about today while you work. So maybe try it out after you've listened to this video, after you watched it, because it is about attention. And if your attention drifts between me and your project, it's hard to watch what's happening. A while back, I realized that there is a nice way to work on projects and there is a annoying way. Let's just call it like that. You can also call it flow state and boredom or anxiety. In any case, flow state is when you are exactly working in your zone of challenge with challenges that you can surmount, and everything outside of that is either too much challenge or too little challenge, thus resulting either in anxiety, doubt, and frustration, or in boredom. This is really important because if you want to continually work on stuff, be continually inspired to work on your projects, you will want to be in flow state as much as possible. Thus, I want to invite you to kind of figure out for yourself and for your own process what kind of things get you into flow state and what kind of things in your process get you out of flow state. For me, the thing that brings me and keeps me in flow state the most is following inspiration. It's when I am developing a new idea, when I am discovering a new idea, and I kind of just want to see where it goes. I'm adding variations, I'm writing new ideas around that idea. I am just following my inspiration and seeing where that flow takes me. When you can identify that experience when it is happening, you can kind of figure out how you get there. You can see what was my headspace when that happened. How did I relate to the project? Was I really uptight? Did I need it to go a certain way? Or was I really open, just playful, just seeing what happens? And what is the result that came from that? Was it a really novel, good, cool idea? Did you finish the project? Did you abandon it? What came of that project? And if you abandon it, look at why you did so. Did you encounter a challenge? At what point did you encounter the challenge? What is happening at this point that is kind of taking you out of that flow that you were just experiencing? And this is what I mean when I say, how does my attention move? At one point, I was in it, and then suddenly I was out of it. And at first, it's going to be quite hard to reflect on these things, and you might not even realize when you dropped out of flow state. But once you catch it a couple of times upon reflection, you might catch it while it happens. So you work on a project, you're flowing, everything's going well, and suddenly you realize, oh, I'm stuck. What happened? So you trace back, okay, like this is where I was flowing, and then suddenly I encountered a technical problem that I didn't know how to fix. And instead of addressing that technical difficulty and trying to figure out a strategy of how to surmount that, I started going kind of into panic mode, into fast mode. And I was scrambling to bring ideas. I was trying to finish the project really quickly, so I was just working in ineffective ways, and I didn't really address the issue that I was having. And then when you're still working and you still feel like it, you can then at that point start addressing that issue and start developing strategies, trying new things to address this problem. And then if you get really good at that, you can catch it while it happens. So you're flowing and you are just writing and it's just going and it's really good, and suddenly something breaks you and you notice in the moment that your flow is being broken. So then you can look at that, see what is happening, and solve that problem without it even leading to frustration or doubt or boredom or however it expresses for you. And if you're able to develop that skill, obviously your progress in learning and in working on project is going to increase exponentially, because you're not getting hung up on problems. You're not getting hung up in ineffective strategies of solving those problems, but you are continually learning. Every time you encounter the edge of your knowledge, you realize, you analyze, you create new strategies around that, and you progress. So, as with all of these things, it's not going to be super easy in the beginning. It's going to take some time getting used to. Maybe refer back to this video if you lose track of what you were doing, of how this process is going to unfold, what you're looking for. Be patient with yourself, but do try to figure out which things break your flow. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a comment, leave a like. It helps the channel, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.